And we're live. Hello, everyone. Hi, and welcome to our quantum psychic Akashic readings, clearings, healings. And we're here today with the amazing Viviane. Hello, Viviane.
Hi, John. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
And hello to our special guest, Nancy Lopes. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here.
Yay. Delighted to see you again, Nancy. We first met in person in 2019 over on the west coast of the US, and it's a real honor to I kind of can't believe I do this as a day job now. It's so funny. And to also have been chatting with you, and then excited to bring along your many talents to assist people in what is sometimes feels like a bit of a baptism of fire, going live in a live stream in front of many people around the world. So well done for your bravery, and just really excited to share you with the world.
Thank you so much, John. I'm really happy to be here. It feels a bit like a full circle kind of thing, and I think we're going to have a lot of these full circles moments, you and I, and it's so nice to meet you, Viviane. And I'm really
Thank
grateful
you.
to have been invited and to be here and to participate, because I know this is very much needed.
Oh, fabulous! Thank you. Well, as always, I'll start by setting up a safe space, and I will ask a little bit more about you once I've set up a safe space, Nancy. So if everyone would like to join me, and I'd encourage you, those in the live chat, hello, thank you for joining. I'd encourage you to join me in our setting up of this safe space, as it helps us help you and helps you help yourself. So please join me as we begin by taking in 3 deep breaths in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out what no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any fear, shame, anxiety, or pain, nice and loud. Breathe in through the nose, nice and deep. And breathe out any remaining low vibration energy or emotion no longer serves our highest good, nice and loud. And continue to breathe deeply and calmly. Now focus your attention on the center of your heart, where your golden divine spark exists. And from the center of your heart, extend a cord of light up through the top of your head, reaching all the way up into the sky, reaching up into space, and then up through the stars, going higher and higher through the frequencies and dimensions of this universe, until you reach the highest dimension of the source of love of this universe, and there connecting your light cord into the highest dimension of source. Remain connected into source and extend your light cord down through the stars, through the sky, back down to the top of your head and into your heart once more. And now, this time, from the center of your heart, extend your light cord down through the roots of your spine, going deep into the ground, all the way down through the layers of the planet, going deeper and deeper until you reach the very core of Mother Earth, and there connecting your light cord into Mother Gaia's crystalline heart. We send Mother Gaia so much love at this time. Allow her to send her love back. Remain connected into Gaia's heart and extend your light cord up through the layers of the planet, up through the root of your spine and into your heart once more. Now together with the light of Source above, Mother Gaia below, and your own light, expand out this golden protective bubble from the center of your heart to surround you, about 2 meters out to each side, in front and behind, above and below, and set the intention that only energies and entities, with your permission, your highest good love and compassion, can see you, access you, or exist within this space or within you, and that all other energies and entities must leave immediately. Into our individual golden bubbles, we choose who we invite in, inviting in our guides, our higher selves, our ancestors, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. And we ask for their assistance with healing, clearing, with protection, integration, and assistance with today's messages and healings, should we receive them. And through space and time, I create a golden bubble of protective light around this whole live stream and all those who watch in the replay, only permitting into this safe space those that have the highest good love and compassion for all within their hearts. And I set the intention for this safe space that only energies and entities, with my permission, highest good love and compassion, can see us, access us, or exist within this space or within us. And for Nancy, Viviane, and I invite in our guides, our higher selves. I invite in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. And I set the intention for today's session that we are here to assist those in the live stream who, if you're in the comments, please come over to the live chat where you can see people chatting away, and who request in all capitals a request for quantum, psychic, or Akashic readings, clearings, healings, information about their guides or past lives, future directions, soul purpose, healings for their pets or others, noting that any healings for others must require their permission also before we can begin, even your pets. And once you place your request, we will star them and keep note of them, and then randomly pick from these as we go through the next couple of hours. And if you are chosen, we will put your request on the screen and just say hello in the chat that you're here, and we will commence to assist you however best we can. Oops. And so it is. It always feels such a lovely experience doing that.
Thank you.
And before we start working through requests, Nancy, tell us a bit about yourself. I'd love to hear about how life's going and what you offer to others.
Well, my name is Nancy Lopes. I've known John since 2018. We've known each other. 2019 is when we met in person. And when I met John, it was really the beginning of the bigger part of my awakening. And throughout the last few years since then, I have been doing a lot of meditation, working on the self and on the mindset, and tapping into the light within, which is connecting with your true self and connecting with my gifts to help heal. And today, this is my first experience to do this with people I don't really know, because I tend to be able to do this with people I know. So I have a little bit of a bias because I know a bit of their personal lives as well. So this is going to be a really great practice, and I'm really happy and grateful to be here. What I've been working on the side, because I also do have well, John, of course, he left his 3D job. So happy for you. And I'm still in that process. But I have begun to do energy healings. And I'm in the process right now of a 21-day energy healing vortex. And I have a small group that I'm working with each day, where I'm sending the energy healings remotely. And we have a different theme each day. So this has been a real practice, and it seems to be evolving each day as well. And as for my psychic skills, this is where we're going to test it out a little bit today. But generally, I tend to have this feeling of automatically to send healing. Oh, that's not me.
Wow, that was so cool.
Was that a beep?
Just whenever you send healing.
How do I turn that off?
I don't know. It's quite cool. And also, Nancy, you were the first, or there was two, and I remember not very well which one you were, but there was two Nancys that I started what I call now my quantum energy healing sessions with. And back then I called it my I think I started as my darkness healing or something.
Yes.
And you were like
I
my
was your first.
first.
Yes. Yes.
And I had no idea what I was doing, even less than I do now. And I just remember like the guidance was, John, like choose a couple of friends and then just start by sending in healing energy. And I was like, this is so cool now to be just doing that as a full-time job and
And it's incredible,
and
John.
working with
The more
you.
you do it, the more you do it, the more
Yeah.
you get better, and the more you connect, and the more you feel it, and like you've evolved so beautifully. Wow, you inspire me.
Oh, thank you. It's
Thank
kind.
you.
And I think it's also just in part I share that because sometimes it sounds as a human it sounds a bit unsatisfactory when someone says to you, so you just need to meditate like for years and keep asking for your guides and then one day they'll turn up. And it's kind, I mean, it's true. You can do it a lot faster. In fact, you can do it in a few weeks, but there's a lot of factors, within your human form and your own health and your happiness and all these factors that have an effect on it. But I think it's a really empowering journey, and it's just so wonderful to see you here on this journey too. Here we are again.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Well, we can get started on people's requests. I see we have 14 already. Who wants to choose first? You want to go first, Viviane?
Sure. Okay, let me
Thank you.
all right, close my eyes. Okay. Carolyn Odia. Hi, John and Viviane. Nancy, could you please check to see if my third eye is open? If not, is it possible to activate? Thank you. Would you please say hi in the chat to let us know if you're here? So we can start.
I'll just ask as well. Seems to be every time I start typing, people just say hi.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say something.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
Whenever. Do I go now?
Not quite yet. We'll just wait until we know they're definitely here.
Let me know.
Carolyn, please let us know if you're here. Say hi type hi in the chat. If not, we may choose someone else.
Yeah. Let's give it a minute.
Okay.
No. Shall we move on to someone else?
Okay, I'll choose, let's see, okay. Starfish Jenny. Hi, Viviane, may I receive a healing, please? Okay.
And Starfish Jenny's here.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny, for letting us know you're here. So you want a healing? Okay.
Fantastic. And I'll just ask Starfish Jenny's guides and higher self to step forwards to both Viviane, Nancy, and I. And I'm happy to, and I'd recommend the same for Viviane to just do a scan if it's helpful, Nancy, but we won't do any healing. Let you take the lead first, if you wish.
Because I had something to say about the other questions. So over here, I'm ready to do healing for whenever you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
I do it in my mind, and I'll let you guys have the lead.
Okay, sure.
I'll just add, like.
Sounds good. So I'm just going to start with a scan of Starfish Jenny. I'm seeing around your lungs some tightness. It seems more like when you're exercising. Almost like that rawness that you get if you're like running really far, really fast, and you're just not used to it. And there's something in your stomach as well, down towards the solar plexus. Okay, there's some blocked energy in there. Before I do anything, Viviane, was there anything you picked up on?
I heard the word esophagus. Esophagus.
Esophagus, yeah. Yeah, like that. There's like that burning feeling.
And I also heard bladder just now.
I could take a look at the how about I go first with the esophagus and lungs, and Viviane, you take a look at the solar plexus, stomach, and bladder.
Okay.
Just bring in the source light from the highest dimension of source above, just above Starfish Jenny's head. It's an intention to clear, to heal, to energize. And coming down to the esophagus. Just sending in healing energy. And there's some, it's almost like coated around the outside. Sorry, it's the inside of the esophagus, but it's like almost like coated around the inside, just removing this dark negative energy. Return to source, or never return here again. It seems linked to the throat chakra, and a blockage on the throat chakra, like holding back. Seems to like holding back like bad news, like, you know, when you try to tell other people something negative, it's like it's causing you to instead like hold it and store it in your body. So that's removed, and then just taking a look at your heart chakra and your lungs, sending this healing energy. Just allowing that expansive feeling and that healing energy. Good. How did you get on, Viviane?
When I focused on the bladder, I heard also to drink more water, and I am about to work on the solar plexus now. I did look into the sending healing energy to the bladder and stomach.
Cool. And as we're doing this, Starfish Jenny, feel free to share what you're experiencing.
Mm-hmm. I heard that so much tension is affecting the digestive system. I did work with Archangel Raphael to send Jenny's green, emerald green light, and I ended with golden light from source. And please, Jenny, drink lots of water and rest after this.
Yeah, there was definitely this like rawness. I felt like everywhere I looked, there's this feeling of, it's almost like, you know, just like when you're running it. Well, I've not run a marathon. I've run a half marathon, many. But like when you run too fast and you're trying to like do too much, and your body's like, oh, I can't like quite cope with this rate. There's that feeling that seemed consistent for the upper parts that I was looking at. How did you get on, Nancy?
I definitely felt tightness in the throat chakra area. I feel like maybe but I don't know if I'm influenced by what you were saying as well. But I definitely felt that tightness and the anxiety of not being able to fully express herself, you know, block, holding things in, things that need to come out, which, well, I know I did what I could. Um, I feel like there's something in particular that she needs to express. And I think when she is able to do this, it'll help clear out the rest, right? The bladder, the intestine, all that area, because anxiety is focused more in the stomach area, the intestine area. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm getting.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I felt a little loose now.
I heard Jenny, like from your guides, was saying, you know, the practice you can do to help with this, like speaking your truth, is first to help understand and to practice that your truth is your truth. Like there's nothing more real to you than your truth, and then everyone deserves our own unique truth. That's how this universe works, right? That's how free will works. Is we all get to decide what's true for us. And just because others don't listen doesn't mean to say that it's not true. We don't need to argue about what's true for us. It just is. And this is a huge thing with your I saw in your throat chakras, just like you just didn't want to tell people like the bad stuff about anything negative like about them. And some of them are like, you know, quite like could be perceived as very difficult, quite cutting things to say. And the first thing you need for your health and happiness is to just allow yourself to like write it down, speak it out loud. It doesn't need to be to the other person. It needs to, like, your body's asking you to acknowledge it and saying, I see it, I feel it, it's real for me. And then once you've done that, you can then, it's almost like, you know, when you hear yourself, like if you recorded yourself in your video or like on your phone and you watched it back, you're like, oh, look at that poor John. He's really struggling to share these things. I wonder what advice I would give him. It's almost like, you know, as soon as we then move from identifying it and releasing it, we very naturally come up with the solutions. The solutions of like whether you choose to share some of this with others, I think is also in part connected to like what Nancy was picking up on, your self-love, especially around the stomach area, and just feeling, is this, you know, right for me? If I truly love myself and I want to do the best thing for myself, would I tell this person? Would I give them this new, what will be news to them, even if it's like not good news? And just allow yourself to feel into that. And you don't need to do it all at once. You know, just start by expressing and releasing, and then take the next action, whether it's just starting to put some of these things more gently to people, gradually incrementing from, you know, it starts with, I've got something to talk to you about, through to, actually, I really need to share, you know, there's more to this. We need time together. We need to put aside time, and I need to share all of this with you. Getting it out of you is, for your health, is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
I hope it helps, Starfish Jenny. Okay.
Your turn now, John.
My turn. Thank you. Says John, waiting for John. Okay, so close my eyes. Beep boop, 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 beep boop. No expense spared for the effects. And we have,
Oh,
we've done this one.
she didn't respond, so
that's right.
I haven't seen a comment from Carolyn.
Wow, the chances of that.
Mm-hmm.
One I wanted to comment on too.
Yeah, Carolyn, please come back. Come back. Come back. Okay, try again. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Okay. Patty. We have your request, Patty. Thank you. Let us know if you're in the live stream even. And you're asking a question about, may I have a healing for coughing and what my guides need me to know today? Thank you. Just let us know, Patty. Are you here?
she's here.
She's here. Fantastic. Okay, so I'd like to invite forwards. Excuse me. I'd like to invite forwards Patty's guides and higher self, to Nancy, Viviane, and I, to assist with a healing, any messages in relation to coughing, and any messages that will help Patty at this time. And how would you like to go forwards with this, Nancy?
It's interesting. It's another throat chakra, another issue of communication. But I'll let someone else go because I just want to tap in a little more.
Okay. Viviane, do you want to take a look physically, and I can ask about the messages?
Sure, yes. Actually, I'm feeling already the tightness on my chest here. So, yeah, thank you.
So, Patty, you have a very verbal guide who wants me to just like tell you as it is, unfiltered. The first thing is your guide is saying, I've told Patty, I keep telling Patty again and again and again about this. And it's lovely. Like it's a very, it's almost like a tough love message. Your guide is female, and she is this like, she doesn't feel like your mother, but this mothering energy from her. And she's also supporting you, saying, look, I'm always here with you, Patty. I'm always here with you. And she's doing this. She's like, it's funny. She's clicking her fingers, like she's like clicking like this when you're talking to someone in a conversation. Some of it's on the phone, some of it's in person, and she's right next to you, and she's going this. Now speak your truth. She's like trying to like magic the moment, and it feels like you're like part of you does feel that it's like that it's real, that your guide is there, and that you're being supported, and that it's a good thing for you to share. If it feels more like at the subconscious level, and consciously you're trying to kind of push it down a bit and going, well, I know I could, yeah, of course I could say all that stuff. And what she's showing me is, your guide is showing me like, it's like you're swallowing this down. It's like you're pushing. So when we don't release this energy, we're pushing it back into ourselves. And you could describe the only true thing, the only like bad energy, if you like, in the universe is blocked energy. Any energy that's flowing is like nice and happy, but when it's blocked and stagnant, and it's like holding on to you, this is what's being pushed back down. And she's saying, I'm not scanning you just now, but she's showing like into your chest, into your lungs. And she's saying, if you can't express it, then like immediately after that conversation, like as soon as you can do it, I keep seeing you on the phone, put the phone down and say, that's it. I'm going to explain things how they are, and just release that energy. Imagine that the phone call is still active and that you're now releasing it. How about you, Nancy and Viviane? How did you get on?
I noticed that there's need to be. I asked Archangel Michael to help me with. There's need to be a better connection between the throat, heart, and the solar plexus. There seems to be like a blockage there. I asked for assistance to clear stagnant energy from the heart, throat, and the lungs. Felt like this tightness, and now I need to look into the solar plexus too. So still in a process, but
okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there definitely feels like quite a lot of complexity to this. That there's no, like, it's not one person. It seems like a family situation, Patty, like there's lots of different people involved in you speaking your truth. And I think that's part of the challenge you have with your own self-love is it's like it feels easier for you to, you know, share your truth, especially more negative or what could be perceived as negative truth to be received by one person. Like it's much harder when it's many, and that seems to be like going on in your mind whenever you're feeling into this.
So I see the line restored, the connection between the throat, heart, and solar plexus.
Fantastic.
May I make a suggestion to Patty? Because like you said, John, family matters, and the lungs, heart area tend to have to do with family matters, probably from, you know, childhood and on. If you write, journal to get your things out on paper first, I don't know if you do or not, but this is a really great way to begin to release and express what you need to express. That's what I gotta say.
Okay.
I hope that helps, Patty. And it's quite funny. Like I don't journal. In fact, if you see my handwriting, I'm not sure I could read it either. But maybe I don't do it in a traditional way. But you see me with my "Hi, it's John" videos every morning, which I love. One of my clients yesterday said, "John, you need to let your wife tell your wife to let you in the house to do those videos." And I'm like, "No, I like doing them outside. She doesn't kick me outside to do them." But yeah, I love doing them outside. But it's like, for me, it's like I love going back, especially when I look back a year and go, "There's that John again." You know, when you read back and you're looking at that version of you, going, you bring so much healing just to the observation. And we always seem innately driven as humans to want to solve everything in the moment, and journaling allows us to just observe first and foremost, and that's often what all our darkness wants, all our shadows want, all the healing wants is to be seen. So I hope this helps you, Patty. Oh, you said you've been journaling for over 50 years. Oh, that's
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
Well, I hope it's helping somehow. Or maybe I was just picking up on the fact that you do journal.
Yeah.
I said today, this is a practice for me.
Yeah, and please do put all those gory details in of all your truth into your journaling. I hope it helps.
Yes.
Um,
Okay, I see Carolyn. Carolyn is in. Did say hi in the chat, so
yeah.
I'll honor her request next. Okay, Carolyn. Hi, Johnny, Viviane, and Nancy. Please check to see if my third eye is open. If not, please activate it. Okay.
Okay, may I say something before you try to activate anything? The third eye, I would never push to have it activated, because I think it's going to open up at the right time. If it opens up too soon for you, it might be really difficult to move through life seeing all kinds of things that you're not used to seeing. You have to be really ready for that. And like, just from my mentor that I've been working with for the last almost 5 years, we do things in a very gentle way. So I would never push for the third eye to be activated. But I think John and Viviane would be able to see if it's at all open or not. But I would suggest really just patience and trusting that in the right time it'll come.
Yeah, thank you, Nancy. It's great advice, and I feel like the most powerful aspect of that advice is, you know, that hunger we feel, and it's really common, especially with the third eye, to say, "I want to open." Like that was me for so many years, and I was like, "No," you know, I see ghosts and demons and everything all at once, and it is a lot. Now that I see it day in day out, I totally get it. I'm like, that would have probably never would have gone running in the dark in the morning anymore. And there's so many things I would have like really freaked out about. But yeah, let's check in for Carolyn over in South Africa. We'll check in and see. Let's see how we can best help. So just asking your guides and higher self to step forwards, Carolyn, to Nancy, Viviane, and I. And we first just like to assist with scanning your third eye. So the very first thing I see is it's like your third eye chakra, and then I wish I could. One day I'll learn how to do this with my hands. But it's like imagine your third eye's closed like this, and then it's like just like your two eyes, it's like flickering, it's like blinking really fast, on and off, on and off. And what your third eye is trying to do is like warn you. And I keep seeing it's whenever there's like really negative entities around, sometimes like quite demonic entities around, and it's like flickering like this, and you're subconsciously and then just consciously getting glimpses of that, and your third eye is like, I want to see because there's a threat that we need to deal with right now, and there's parts of you holding back. You're like, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready to see this. And just like Nancy was picking up on, it's like there's this internal conflict within you. It's like, well, do you want to be fully aware of the threats to you, or do you want to be kind of blissfully unaware and then gradually open at the right pace for you? Before I take any action, Viviane, Nancy, do you have anything that you've seen?
I right away I saw from my third eye the colors, all the colors, like iridescent colors.
Beautiful.
I don't know what it's really supposed to look like. I mean, I've had one experience where I was seeing through my third eye a few years back. Actually, it was not long after I met John and at the Iseti trip, and I had a healing, and it was very. What do you call those things where you oh my goodness, you see them all like in fractals, like a kid's toy, what you would look
Like a
through.
kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope, yeah.
Yeah.
I woke up in the night and I was seeing like through a kaleidoscope. So I kind of just was feeling all those and seeing all those colors automatically, like right away when John started.
Wow. That's so cool.
My cat's asking to come in. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I can hear him. That's so cute.
I saw an eye, and it was open, and it had a lot of stars around it. It was surrounded by stars, and the eye closed gently. It was not like flickering. And then I heard I'm resting, and then it opened again, and the whole time it had those stars. So it was surrounded by stars, and I haven't seen that before. I thought it was interesting, of the stars.
And as you're sharing this, so because I thought this was just my memory, but no, like Carolyn's guide is saying to me, no, this is true for Carolyn too, which is your third eye is very gifted, Carolyn, and it has this how to describe it, ability to see all of space and time. So imagine a gift where you could see the whole universe all at once across all space and time. Just in case the universe all by itself in this space and time wasn't big enough, like to be able to see all dimensions, everything all at once. And in my journey, I had this experience where I started, when I became aware of that gift just a couple of years ago, that it's a gift I yielded in at least 2 previous lifetimes. I needed to be happy and healthy and grounded and in a great place to be able to open a third eye as gifted as that. And a bit like we've been saying, Viviane, over recent live streams, is that we now see so much detail, like all the gory detail of the inside of a human body that we never, when we started, we just didn't see at that level of detail. And it's because like these abilities are given to you by yourself when you're ready to receive them. So there's very much a message also of starting with the basics, like grounding, looking after what you consume consciously, your food, your drink, what you scroll on your phone, keeping up a daily meditation practice. It's, what are we, 40 odd minutes in, and I haven't mentioned my 14-day spirit guide meditation challenge that is free. You can try that out as a great starting point. And just building a strong foundation will allow you to gently open your third eye at the right pace for you. And I'd encourage you in your meditations to do that, to like talk out loud to your third eye, create a feeling of and a safe space, and allow yourself to just gently open, because it's a lot all at once. But gradually at the right pace for you, it'll be a really beautiful gift, and you'll see all those stars and the kaleidoscope. You'll see it all eventually, but at the right pace. Be gentle with your human and allow your human to catch up. Your little pet human. I hope it helps, Carolyn. Who's next? Is it me?
Yes.
Fabulous, thank you. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Is this the same theme? Oh no, it's different. Cool. So this is for Jolene. Please say hello in the chat. I think I saw you a bit earlier because you were saying hello and I said hello too. Yeah, just let us know, Jolene, if you're here and you're asking for a healing for your eyes and back. And Jolene's here. Fabulous.
Thank you.
Oh, did I miss a cat?
Yes, such a beautiful cat.
Mine?
Oh.
Yeah.
I was too busy rabbiting on and missed the cat.
It's okay. She'll probably come back.
Yeah.
So we've been doing throat, and now we've been moving into the eyes.
Yeah.
Third eye and physical eyes.
Yeah, eyes and
There's
back.
always a theme. Fabulous. So just asking Jolene, your guides and higher self, to step forwards to Viviane, Nancy, and I to assist with your healing, your eyes and back, any other healing and messages that will assist you at this time. And how would you like us to proceed, Nancy?
Well, because I'm a coach, a life coach, I tend to want to ask questions to the person. And I find myself, I can't do that here. So I have to work on a higher level, and I'm not as adept as you both are. So on to you.
It's okay. It's all just practice. He says almost flippantly, it's just years of practice, but it won't take you that long. Okay, so just asking Jolene to step forwards again. So I was just starting to pick up. There's a link between the eye. So this is a message, first of all. So Viviane, if you want to proceed with healing, that'd be fabulous. Thank you. The message was really fascinating, which was I saw you like kind of hunched over, and I don't know why I'm doing this with your hands, but it seemed to be what you're doing. And your eyes, it's like you're struggling and straining to see the path in front of you, and you're struggling to see, like, how to describe it. It's like smartly, intuitively decide and discern what's the next action to take, what's the next path to take. And it's almost like you're straining really hard, and your eyes are like, I don't know, I'm looking for the thing, but I can't seem to find my way out of the situation. I can't seem to find the path. And the problems with your back seem to be more like you're pushing and you're doing a lot of action, but it's like it's backbreaking. It's like really tiring work. And so this message is like, first of all, to be gentle with yourself and allow yourself to just to bring in some calming energy, and allow yourself to, and you can do this right now, Jolene, is, especially as the others are working on healing, is just allow yourself to open up your heart and soften your heart in this safe space, and really allowing your heart to start to feel into the potential doors, the new doors of opportunities, the paths ahead of you. I just saw for the first time work and career, but it also includes relationships and your location, and that you don't need to like address all these things all at once. That feels quite backbreaking. It's more like feeling into like taking on these things one at a time and allowing yourself to start to take like the baby steps, even if it's like a planning a way out or a change, and starting to feel into the things that would bring you joy and bring you love in your heart.
I'm sending healing to the eye, and I saw all it was like it was covered in the little red blotchy veins.
Yeah, Jolene says I have 4 bulging discs in my back.
Mm.
I'm just scanning through as well. It's funny. I keep getting glimpses of it seems like a past life as a miner, Jolene, and it's like there's been times in your past where you were able to like, it's like forging new pathways yourself, like through hard work, like literally breaking through walls of like this very old mine, like you're battling through the walls and cutting your own path. And it feels like um, you're able to do this, but it doesn't need to be so backbreaking, to help you rely on your heart to navigate more.
As I sent energy to the eyes to heal up, the redness went away, and I also saw eye drops being poured into the eyes, and sending healing energy to the back too.
Fabulous. How did you get on, Nancy?
I called in an acupuncturist to place some needles in the vertebrae to kind of break up the energy from that. That's what I felt called to do.
Fabulous. And how's that looking?
I feel it's breaking up the energy.
Yeah, wow. It's like I see it like literally like a pin and a pin cushion, just like it's like this energy is like blasting out the sides.
Yeah. And I feel the vertebrae uncurling, kind of straightening out.
Good.
I feel like the lungs are a little more open now too.
Fabulous. Hope that helps you, Jolene. Let us know.
Sending you love, Jolene.
Mm-hmm.
So much love.
Okay, it's my turn. So close my eyes. Oh, we did this one. Okay, one more try. Sarah Greenspan. Hi, could I have a healing on my left knee, which is chronically inflamed, and any messages from guides? Sarah, please let us know if you're here. Say hi in the chat. And we can help you.
Once she confirms, I'd like to step in first on that one.
Sure.
I apparently have some experience with the left knees.
Oh, cool. Yep, Sarah's here.
All right, beautiful. So when I realized that, because when we start to do healing work, sometimes we don't believe that we're actually doing something. And I had a couple of colleagues at my work who had issues with their left knees, and I just randomly pulled them over to a corner and asked them if they wanted me to do a little energy healing on the knee, which I did, and the pain instantly went away, and I was shocked. And that's probably around at least 3 people that I've helped with that months ago, and so then I realized, okay, there's something here. So I'd like to offer obviously some healing for the knee. As for the messages, I'll let you guys do that.
Fabulous. And I could see for Sarah, I won't describe what I see. I don't want to put off Nancy yet. I can describe afterwards. But I could see what was going on with your left knee. And I have memories, maybe deja vu, of saying this in a recent live as well, is that it seems that we're so used to pushing to walk along the path, the road in front of us, that we're often right kneed, and it feels like that's true for you, Sarah. Like you're putting that right foot, that right leg forwards, but each time we do that consciously, our left leg needs to more subconsciously follow, and it's like our left leg receives the road, it receives the journey ahead. And what I saw from you is like your left leg's like dragging, is like it's like almost when a new opportunity is given to you, you're like, yes, I can take the step forwards. But then you're not giving yourself the credit that you did step forwards, and you're not ready to receive the self praise, the sense of achievement, and allowing your whole body to step fully into it. And so this left side of you is like dragging. It's like you're dragging your left foot along, and your body's reaction is, "This is stressful. This causes me anxiety," and that these pains that you're feeling in your knee is like your body's reaction. It's like, "Oh, actually, I'm not happy about this. I'm not sure I want to step forwards." And it really has to. It comes like right back to your heart, and also your self love, and feeling into, does this road I'm on right now feel joyous and fill me with self love, and feel like it's aligned with my heart. And if it's not, just stop and take a look around and explore other things that bring you joy and bring you love and help you cultivate your self love. How did you get on, Nancy?
Sorry for me. I was just focusing on sending light to the knee.
No problem. How about you, Viviane?
I got an interesting image. They showed me Sarah's driving, and I thought, okay, maybe they're going to show me an accident or some kind of impact. But no, it was she was driving, and the right leg accelerating, but they want to move forward, and the left leg kept like no, I'm stepping on a brake. So it was just like the message you're giving her.
Wow.
So after that, I asked Archangel Michael to help me release any stagnant energy, and Archangel Raphael to send healing to the knee. So yeah, I'm going to continue send energy and then grounding energy to ground her energy.
I like that visual that you had with the right foot and the wanting to break, because the knees tend to represent not knowing what step to take next.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous.
Funny thing is, sometimes we know what steps we're supposed to take, but we don't take them out of fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. And our bodies are so intelligent, right? Like it's like I know we often, like I used to for sure, always obsess about talking to my spirit guides, and I must admit I do still talk to them like throughout the day, but I talk a lot more to my body now because your body's like a soldier on the ground. You can just ask, in the moment, should I eat this? Should I drink this? How do I feel about this next thing I'm doing? Am I excited about this? Do I enjoy this? Like I'm constantly asking. And there's a lot of beautiful truths, including for you, Sarah, but also it's a message for everyone. Is there's a lot of beautiful wisdom just waiting to be listened to and heard. And a key sign to look for is any aches and pains, like any in your body.
Yeah, you can ask yourself, tap in and ask yourself, or go to the ache and pain and ask what emotion is here, what emotion is trapped here that needs to be released. Or for any other time, you can also ask, where is anger sitting in my body? And just allow yourself to feel maybe a little nudge or a little shift in the body, and focus on that spot and just allow it to leave. Just allow it to leave. Your body is very intelligent, and you can heal yourself. We're all healers. We're just all at different levels. John is pretty advanced. Viviane is pretty advanced. I'm on the way. No one's better than anyone. We all have this within us. So learn to trust yourself that you've got that. Subconscious beliefs are going to block you from believing that, but you do have that ability. We all do. Anyway, I felt that message needed to come through.
Fabulous, thank you. I hope it helps you, Sarah. Sending so much love to you, and let us know in the chat if that resonates with you. And Sarah did say, thank you. It's so beautiful and profound. I've been trying to tune into my body and listen to those messages, but I've had pain for so long, it can be hard to unpack. And yeah, that's, you're doing the right thing, right? Like just asking questions and coming to us is helpful. Asking yourself, it doesn't matter how many, your body's always there. You can ask it all the time. And even if there's I felt like there's this big kind of compression, like this big kind of swelling and just this packed energy around your left knee, almost like really heavy baggage. And that's a really, just like our own luggage, you like unpack it, right? You literally open up the suitcase, start picking it through. And even if you're not totally sure that this is definitely it, just take a note of it. And you might be writing a long list of the inventory of the things that are in there and just starting to bring attention to them.
Yeah, it's layers.
Right.
You may not remove the whole thing right away, but it'll be layers. So, you keep going back to it till you feel it's been cleared.
Fabulous. Whose turn is it? Is mine?
It's your turn.
I can tell because you have that there's always a pause when I'm waiting for me and you're like,
I was just
done.
going to say to everybody, remember to sip,
Oh,
everybody drink water.
And I must admit, I'm really enjoying what probably looks like very similar to my previous studio. I'm in the same place, but I've just moved my desk around and I've replaced all my equipment, well, except for the microphone, because that's far too expensive. And it's so cool because I can now like wave my arms right up this high. I don't know if you can see this, like this big arm.
Yeah.
But most importantly, look, I just reach out. Do you remember what I have to do before? It's like, just gonna get some water.
Yeah.
just coming back. And I realized, like, if I'm going to be doing this, I've been doing it for months, full time, but just with the same setup I had for like music and like it's a hobby. And I'm like, no, it's serious, John. Let's invest.
Nice.
Okay.
I just want to say something quickly. I'm not able to go into the chat and respond to you because it's too much of a distraction for me for today. But I just saw quickly, Craig. I just want to say thank you. I'm worried I'm not tech savvy. If I go in there and I try to write something, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose the whole page. So, I thank you, Craig. Thank you very much.
Fabulous. Yes, please do follow the links to Nancy's channel and Viviane. and subscribe. And hello to everyone from Viviane's channel, which is just so cool that we can be on 2 channels at the same time.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Um,
I did post your channel on Nancy on both.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to learn how to do this and post this on my channel.
it's a lot of fun. And they'll keep changing things anyway by the time you learn it. It's generally
Mhm.
the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will choose. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Lisa F. Lisa F, please let us know if you're here in the chat. I'll just type as well. Can you hear me when I type, by the way?
I didn't. You typed very gently. I didn't hear.
Yes, Lisa's here. Fabulous. Thank you, Lisa. And Lisa's asking for messages from my guides or loved ones, please. And is that a cat in a box emoji? That's so cool.
Can I jump in?
Of course, go for it.
I just, woohoo, something came in quickly. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. As soon as I read Lisa, as soon as I read this, I just want to say that I felt an immense feeling of just pure unconditional love, and this expansion just surrounding you of it's overwhelming, the love that's coming through. I just kind of want to tear up right now. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope this is something. I'm feeling it. So
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. I saw it's intriguing, and I must admit I always love a treasure hunt, or I call it like a galactic detective work. But I saw for you, Lisa, there was this there was a key. I wish I had. I'm trying to minimize the amount of things I have in this room. But if I had a key, hang on, I do. I carry them in my pocket. But I saw like a golden key, which I do have, as close as I can get. And I don't know why I'm having to show you a golden key, but I've just guided to. So this key is like under, it seems to be in your home, and it's like under a doormat, or I also saw it's like under maybe like a cupboard where you keep shoes, or it's like quite near the front door. It's under a mat. And you're like, part of you is hunting for it. Like it's almost like, you know, that thing you do a bit like when you're sleepwalking and you want to, like, you don't really know why you're looking for something, and then you're a bit confused and you really want to know what it is, and then when you're hunting around and it's just not there. And it's this it seems to be like this activation, like Nancy was saying, this big beautiful unconditional love feels like your heart is like this incredible expansive being, and that you're ready to activate. It's like this, and your part of you is like, okay, where's the key? Like there's an activation now. And I feel like the way this works is Psychic Chili says the door just opened. Fabulous, thank you, and hello to you. But yeah, it feels like, you know what souls do? Souls decide just before you come into this lifetime. Your soul says, I'm going to activate. I'm going to, like my soul said, John's going to go to his awakening in, you know, around 2017, but there's going to be some event that energy level and his health and all these things around him that will trigger this event. And it feels like part of you is looking for that. It's like, I think all the things are aligned. I just need to find the key and unlock myself and step into that full power. And let me see if I can get an answer on how you do that. Okay, your guide is saying you are the key. It seems to be a moment of this is your message. This is your message from the universe. You have mail, which is, it's time for you to take a moment, take a rest. It seems like I keep seeing in the calendar for you, and I don't know if you share like a written calendar with other people. We have one in our home, and it's got all funny marks on it from different family members. But it's like you put a little day in your calendar for you, and it's like a self-care, self-rest day. And actually, you know that it's the day that you unlock yourself. And who wouldn't want a self-care day, right? And you do all the things you love doing, but in particular rest. And I know that joy and rest are often, intertwined. So it might be a gentle walk in nature, it might be napping, it might be a long bath, you might be going to a spa or a wellness center. Like, choose time, and most importantly, book it out for you to create the space, because you're not going to go through this activation until, this is the key, until you've allowed yourself to really create space for that self-care. Wow, that was a lot.
Yes.
Viviane, how did you get on?
I saw a lot of hearts initially, and then I saw an outdoor scene, and this a lot of hearts flying, going up as like they were like balloons, and then I heard spread joy and love, and to do that in the community, in your community. This is what I got for you, Lisa.
Wow,
I hope it helps.
that's amazing. Yeah, I saw, as you were saying that, I saw Lisa kind of, I don't know how you're physically doing this, almost like your arms are out and you're allowing, it's like you seem to be coming along to group events to, and it doesn't, and the cool thing is you don't actually need to run it. You're like, you can turn up for free, right? So to speak, but like you're there and you're supporting, it's like supporting people's heart's ascensions, almost like giving them permission and helping them unlock their own individual decision and desire to rise up into the next dimension, which feels like the fifth dimension for them. Very cool. I hope that helps, Lisa. Thank you. And hello to Nancy's cat again.
Yeah, she wants
We
to
want
go
to
out
see the
now.
cat. Oh, it wants to go out.
She wants to go out, but you know what? She was behind the laptop, and all I saw was her face and her eyes. It's as if the vibration of the.
Okay.
She was just like chilling there, but now I guess she wants to go eat. I'll be back.
One of my cats is here, been here the whole time too.
Fabulous.
So I guess it's my turn now. So, wait. Okay.
That was quick.
Harsha Singh. Namaste, Happy New Year. May I request a healing or message from Divine? Would you please let us know if you're still here? You probably are.
I like the emojis.
Yeah.
2 flowers. What's the little yellow one? It's like the face, but it has, oh, is it laughing? I don't know.
Oh, Harshi's here. Thank you for letting us know. Let me see. I'm trying to see the emoji.
I feel like I just rabbit holed.
Yeah, it's a little face, and then a little. I like the one that you said, the little cat in the box from before. Super cute. Okay, let's see. Harsha.
I'm just asking Harsha, your guides and higher self, to step forwards to assist with any healing or messages that will help at this time. And just going over to you, Nancy, to see how you'd like to proceed.
So I'm doubting myself a little bit, but I'm gonna say what I heard. It's okay. It's okay. So far, that's what I've got. So I'll pass it to you because you know this a little better than I do.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing self-doubt as well. Like, it's really, it's really important. It's very easy to overcompensate with self-doubt and just throw a bunch of words in there, but just, I love that transparency. And I did get a lot, and then I got distracted. Let me go back to your heart.
I've been drawn to solar plexus and heart for Harsha.
Yeah, I did get a message. I won't do any healing yet. I just, there was a message about your heart, Harsha. And it feels like just an expansion of what Nancy was saying. It's like this calming energy, and that it's going to be okay. The message was about like focusing on your heart healing. That's right. So the message was, I don't. I'm guided to this this visualization. So, this is true in Scotland. I live in the third sunniest and second driest town in Scotland. And it's funny, right? It sounds like, oh, that sounds amazing. Is it like some sort of like tropical paradise in Scotland? It's like, no. Like if you think of the baseline of Scotland, it's pretty wet. It's beautiful, but it's you've got to love rain if you want to move to this country. And so it's also the same for hell, right? Like the coldest place in hell is still really, really hot and it's burning and it's still really, really miserable. And so these are like they're like examples of context where your guide is saying to you, Harsha, don't settle for anything less than what feels beautiful and divine in your heart. Your heart deserves to feel love, self-love, and to be able to really fill your whole life with beautiful. I was just picking up on abundance there. You were saying, Viviane, about the solar plex as well. It's like you deserve all these things. You deserve even better than you perhaps realize. And if you take, one practice you could do is look out across all the people across the world that you're aware of, right? And say to yourself, all those things that you see that you would love in your life that you see others having. And it might, especially if you focus on the feelings or the apparent feelings, even if someone's got a fancy car and you think that they must be very lucky and feel great about it. And reality is, although it doesn't bring you happiness, the perception from you might be the case that you might think it brings them happiness. But to know that all those things that you see, all the wealth and apparent abundance you see around the world and others, you deserve exactly the same. You deserve more in your heart. And there's only one person that can give you that feeling and that love, and that's you. And so it's a message very much to encourage you, Harsha, just like start on that journey of cultivating your self-love. And this will really help you. Going back to what Nancy's saying, like it's okay. It's okay to focus on yourself and start building that love.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was feeling because I got really emotional.
Yeah, I felt overwhelmed, and I felt overwhelmed, and then I heard "This too shall pass," and Harsha tried to spend some time going inwards and meditating and calm down that overwhelming energy.
Definitely. And there's
sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's okay to want to be treated well. You deserve to be treated well and have boundaries and the self-love, of course, and put yourself first and be kind to yourself. It's okay to want these things.
Yeah. And I'm just putting in the chat my cultivate your self-love meditation, which I think has been a bit of a theme. You can access it for free for 30 days, or you can just buy it for permanent access. And it's an hour-long session. There's a few of these like premium meditations, I call them. And the idea is all the other shorter ones are free, and then these ones are like one-to-one style. Like if it's something that interests you, it's like a one-to-one with me. But you don't need to wait for me or wait to June when I'm next available. You can just start on that session, and maybe do it no more frequent than once a week, because it's a lot and you need a lot of integration. But hopefully that you'll pick up some of the practices in there as well. So I'll just add that in. Cool. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Wow, this is amazing. I feel largely. What's the opposite of discombobulated? Combobulated? Okay.
That's a brain.
Beep, boop, beep, boop. He says, acting discombobulated. Okay. Vandana, let us know if you're here. You're requesting a healing and clearing for your relationship with your mother-in-law. Is my relationship karmic with her? Would love light on this. Just let us know, Vandana, if you're here. Yes, you're here. That's so fast.
Thank you.
I was just asking Vandana's guides and higher self to step forwards to Viviane, Nancy, and I. And we'd like to understand a bit more about any healing or clearing or messages, that will help the relationship with your mother-in-law. And just let us know, Nancy, how you'd like us to work on this.
See, I tend to want to ask more questions. That's the digging part of me in the coaching. So
Yeah.
I'll pass it on to you. And
the top tip is I just ask their spirit guide. It does. It's sort of flippant for me to say, just ask their spirit guide.
Yeah.
It's easy.
No, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, it just takes a bit of practice. They're already chatty. So I mean, the first thing I could barely even say the request without this like this wind, this gas. I mean, I know I've been sipping at water, but it's by no means gassy. And like this energy like wants to come right up from my sacral chakra all the way up. And some of it's getting blocked. And then, like the very first step for you, Vandana, is to start on this like releasing. So the first thing for you to do, like we heard it if you're around for some of the earlier readings, is to really focus on expressing yourself. So you don't need your mother-in-law there, right? Wow, I can just feel it in your throat. You don't need your mother-in-law straight away. You just need to start expressing yourself. So get all your truth out. Write it down, say it out loud. It feels like for you, you're quite conscious about even expressing this. Like you feel that somehow it's almost like a form of like betrayal to your partner, to your mother-in-law herself. But these truths are important for you to get out physically. If anything, they're important for you to release. And then the next thing I saw is there is a pattern through past lives of there is a connection you've had in the past with your mother-in-law. And what I saw was she's part of your soul tribe. Now, this doesn't mean that they're necessarily like in this lifetime, great for you, or that somehow you should give them special treatment. It's more like just awareness that they've been in and out of different incarnations with you. And I saw that your mother-in-law had both been a mother and a child to you and of you. And this has caused this is like a pattern repeating. And what the two of you are like, it's not a contract, but it's like, in kind of is, but there's not like a tight contract around it, where you're both your souls are trying to work through this. How to describe it? You know that feeling, which I'm about to say, that feeling like I get with my kids, which no one else would feel because they don't have my kids. But when your child is almost like disrespectful, and you're like, "How dare you!" Like, I'm your parents. How can you be disrespectful to me? And they, they know exactly those buttons to push. Like you're both going through this cycle. So in that aspect, there is a karmic element, but it's not like you're paying back. You're both trying to learn how to overcome it. So this is a real opportunity for you both to say, okay, starting with you, like it has to start with you because you can't control your mother-in-law. But it's more starting with yourself and saying, first step, release all this out, say all the things, speak it out of you, speak it into existence, know that it's real for you. And then the second step is I just feel on your heart. It'll bring a lot of relief to your heart and allow your heart to feel more clearly and take a bit of a step back, because there's a lot of like detail and noise in these conversations and challenges you have where it doesn't really matter. And you'll, ask your heart to discern what are the most important things you really need to face. And then the next aspect is connecting with some of the boundaries that you have and saying, okay, do I have like strong enough boundaries? Do I Do I make it clear to both your partner, yourself, and to others, including your mother-in-law, what your boundaries are? And one of them, for instance, could be that you choose. Everyone gets to choose their own boundaries, right? You could choose that you only have relationships with people that show you self-respect, or should I say, show you respect. And when people are disrespectful to you, you don't need to argue whether it's right or wrong that people respect you. You can just literally say, I feel disrespected. This is a boundary for me. And then you choose, like, do you walk away from that situation? Do you just tell the person, a bit like a statement of what is mandatory in a relationship? And it doesn't really matter how they react. It's just your truth. But know that ultimately, through all of these challenges, it's the love in your heart that will bring the greatest calm and the greatest healing. And know that this is a repeating pattern. Your souls come back again. And that's why it feels like so, it's like very tight in your heart. And it's very like, oh, it's just impossible. How do I overcome this? Like, know that you have those answers in your heart. And there's a lot of forgiveness and letting go in that journey.
Yes.
Wow.
That was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm in awe of how all that came out of you.
Thank you.
Wow.
How did you get on, Viviane?
I saw. Well, I saw this triggering that that they do trigger each other a lot, and I heard that there's a lot of frustration from Vandana, and that Vandana needed to scream. So scream on a pillow if you need to release that frustration and anger too. But there's there was a point that I saw that I heard that she's very overpowering, but I saw the two of you looking at each other and then taking steps closer to each other, and the possibility of a fresh start if you let go of this frustration and take steps to have better communication and then a fresh start. Let your guard down in a way, because there is this power struggle, and once you both like realize, okay, yeah, it's not about you winning or me winning, just try to compromise and have a fresh start. That will be helpful. So yeah.
Yeah, just to add a little something, about the triggers. To understand what the triggers are. When you feel triggered by somebody, it's something that's unhealed within you. So keep that in mind. And when you go into meditation, ask yourself or write down, what is it that triggered me? How did it make me feel? Where is it in my body? Tap into your body. And you'll eventually locate it and understand what it is that needs to. Once you locate it and you understand it and you're aware of it, it'll clear. So just a little tip on understanding triggers. And I get it, because my son and I, we're both evolving a lot. We're very spiritual, but we also do trigger each other a lot.
Yeah, it's tricky.
And he's younger than me, right? But he puts me in my place, and he really calls me out. So when it's family, it's tough. I get it. But
Yes,
I hope it helps.
Whenever I'm annoyed or short with my family, my daughter will just say, "Perhaps you should meditate more, Dad." I'm like,
Does that trigger you, John?
I'm like, trigger alert, trigger alert. And I'm like, oh, and she's right. It's just like, I actually probably do need to go and sit down and just relax. That's my body, but that's lovely.
But we struggle, right? We're struggling. There's this battle within with the ego self and the true self. It's
Yeah. And we're all just human.
exactly and divine,
yes, that's right.
divinely human.
We're learning.
Fabulous. Who's next to choose? Is it you, Viviane?
My turn, yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
And for everyone that is making a request in capitals, we keep a little list of all of yours, we star them in StreamYard and then keep them. We have them right back to the very start of the live chat. So know that they're all there in the list that we're randomly choosing from. Thank you, Viviane.
So I have Leah Jim. Can I get a message from my daughter, Mariana, and my mother, Mary? My daughter died 3 years ago. I'm so sorry. And she was 25. My mom passed 30 days later. And it's been hard. I'm so sorry to hear that, Leah.
So sorry to hear that.
Oh, she's here. Thank you for letting us know. Okay.
She died, her daughter died 3 years ago of leukemia. She was 25.
Mm-hmm.
Just holding space for you, so
okay.
just asking your guides and higher self to step forwards, and should they choose to, your daughter and your mother, Mariana and Mary, if there's any messages they'd like to share with Leah, Jim at this time. Just let us know, Nancy, how you'd like to proceed.
Right away, I felt like they're with you. They're both with you. They're always with you.
Yeah, likewise, like they're like literally like this, like either side of you, and it's like exactly the same words. Like we're right here with you, we're right here with you.
I felt that strongly. Thank you, John, for the confirmation. Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I saw, Leah, I saw your daughter giving you a heart, a rose quartz heart. And then your mom, and say, I love you, Mom, and your mother was behind you giving you a hug. And
There's definitely the heart. I saw this encouragement to feel with your heart, Leah. So you will feel them. So first of all, like you heard it from two people. Three. It's a fact. Like your daughter and your mother are right with you, and by this, they're right next to you, either side of you, and their hearts want to connect more with yours. So every time you're thinking of them and grieving, and you were saying it's tonight is the anniversary. Did you say the 3-year anniversary of your daughter? That at any time you feel or think about them, that they're not just there, they're more strongly connected. And your daughter's showing me a practice. She's saying, which hands is this? It's hard to say without crying a lot. She's saying, your daughter's saying, just place your left hand on your heart. And she says with your right hand, kiss your right hand. And you go like this. And you reach out to your left and you touch the heart of your daughter. And you says, I love you. And then you swap hands. You kiss your hand again and say, I love you to your daughter and your mother. And your daughter's calling this a heart kiss. She's saying, I want to kiss hearts with you, Mum. Yeah. And this helps strengthen the connections between each of you. You can ask them any question. You can talk to them out loud. I also saw you like sitting at a table with two other chairs. It seems to be like a circular table, and there's one. They're empty physically. They're empty chairs, and you're like setting a little table. You might even have like 3. This might be something you do today. You'd have 3 candles, one for you, and one for your daughter, and one for your mother. And then you're just sitting there and chatting with them. Tell them how you feel about them, how life is like without them here physically, knowing that when you invite them into this space and you light a candle for them, that they're here with you even more strongly. you can ask them questions and you can chat to them and just allow, and it feels like, especially if you create a safe space around you, like I do at the start of these sessions or at the start of my free meditations, if you create that safe space around you and invite them in, they'll also affect the candles. It's almost like the candles start flickering a bit, and it's so you're saying, you're asking them questions and just ask them to show you a sign. If you've done this heart kiss with them, it would be a really beautiful way of then continuing on with that connection and helping strengthen that feeling. So much of this is, and I'm just feeling that aching in your heart, like that grieving achingness. You know, that you could argue you only feel when you lose a child. We lost our first daughter in 2003, just after birth. And it is this, you know, it is an aching, your aching is just an undescribable pain. It'll help ease this, knowing that their souls persist, they continue, they're eternal, and that they're always here to connect with you. And whilst they're not here physically, you can continue to cultivate your connection with them and work with them if you choose to.
I also heard you're not alone and talk to us, just to add to that. But yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to add something too, John. I didn't know that, by the way. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
An exercise that you can do also, Leah, is when you take a little time to quiet your mind and take some deep breaths and just get into a calm space, is I feel like your mother would be on your right and your daughter on your left.
Yeah.
And just ask each of them individually, just so you can sense it one at a time. Put your left hand, like mom, put your left hand on my shoulder and just sit there and pay attention. You will feel it. You might feel just something so subtle. Don't think that it's not real, because it's real. You can feel it. With practice, sometimes you could feel it right away, or you'll have a sensation, but that's a really great practice for that. My condolences, sending you so much love.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear soul. Sending you so much love at this time.
Whew.
And is it my turn?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the third time that Patty has been selected, or maybe fourth. I'm not sure how many times. Okay, it was like, it's definite that the universe wanted us to answer that one. So just checking again. Beep.
Are you have to pick randomly, or if there's a suggestion, can we do that?
It has to be random, unfortunately.
Okay.
And it's the random is always fair. And what's funny as a human is, from the 55 requests we've had, sometimes as a human we forget. I think they actually changes in calculators that sometimes you get the same number twice in random. You just humanly you're like, that's impossible. Like, what are the odds on that? But it's exactly the same odds every time. So yeah, let us know, Marby, if you're here. And you asked for a healing. Let us know in the chat if you're here. And a reminder for everyone to drink water.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Marby, let us know if you're here, please.
And also a reminder, Patty said, and I just finished journaling our session. Yeah, more coffee. The other suggestion is, if you're watching on YouTube, like on your phone or on your computer, and sometimes it lags behind live, just make sure there's a little red light and it's showing live, because sometimes if it has a minus and the number, it means that you're lagging behind. it means the live chat's up to date, but the video's behind. So that's why we put stuff in the chat too. But I don't think we have any confirmation from Marby, so I'll choose again.
Okay.
Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. I'm not going to say it out loud. Patty again. Beep boop, beep boop,
Wow.
beep boop, beep boop. Okay. And we have Kendra. Please let us know if you're here, Kendra. Just type in the chat as well. You're looking for an energy clearing for nightmares, working on raising vibration and protection before falling asleep. Yes, Kendra's here.
Sorry?
Kendra's here.
Okay.
So just asking Kendra's guides and higher self to step forwards to assist with clearing for nightmares and any assistance on raising your vibration and protection, any messages. How would you like to do this, Nancy?
I just want to say I instantly felt like asking the question, what are you worried about? What's causing you anxiety for you to be having these nightmares? Because usually it's from worry of something. Maybe John could pick that up.
Yeah, I saw, maybe I can answer some of these questions as well as Kendra can add in the chat. I saw that Kendra is very gifted. And when Kendra goes to sleep, it's like kind of like being thrown to the wolves or like being thrown in the frying pan or like literally thrown into hell and with no protection. It's like, but I'm an angel. They hate me there. And there was very much that feeling of like being very gifted and very attractive to negative entities, but no ability or limited ability to be able to protect yourself. And I think that's that feeling of anxiety as well you're picking up on, Nancy, which is like it's horrible, right? Like my son had night terrors for 8 years before I got a friend to give him a reading, because I've never done readings for my family, and
when it's close to you, also it's difficult to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and the reading was very much like, he's just like you, John, and that's exactly the same sense I had for you, Kendra. And Kendra, you're saying since I've had them since I remember, even as a child, and that makes sense. And before I'll do this as we're talking and looking to see how we can help. So the journey with my son was, he got to what was it, like age 12, 13, night terrors every night for 8 years. He would run out of bed screaming that he's being chased, run around the house, and it was it was terrifying to watch. Like, it freaked me out. And it started before, it's 8 years. It was before my awakening. And as soon as my friend said, "Okay, your son's just like you need to teach him," I just sat down with him. We started meditating, and the very first night we sat down and meditated, his night terror stopped, and I've never come back since that first night. We did it for about 7 months. And so he got to learn all about working with Archangel Michael, and he can talk to spirit guides really easily. And it's so matter of fact for him at such an early age. And I developed these free meditations called, I have two different 14-day meditation challenges, because we're humans and we love challenges. And I'll find the one for the spirit guide meditation challenge for negative energy and entity removal. And it includes, like, there's days dedicated just for nightmare prevention. And that's a practice you can just do. You can even just like put it on, Kendra, as you go to sleep, because your subconscious and your higher self will start working with it. Before I rabbit on any more and give me a chance to do a quick check through your energy as well, what did you find, Viviane?
I saw, when I tuned into Kendra, I saw her surrounded by spirits, and they were like wanting her attention in a sense, like, I know you can
Yeah.
see us or sense us or talk to us, and we want you to help us. They want her attention, and
Yeah, I see your heart, Kendra, is like this. It's big and it's golden and it's beautiful with like the slight, like almost like a red ring around the outside. Like that is literally like the flame for the moths. And what the suggestion is, so you'll do this if you follow those meditations. I just posted a link for. Um, you'll expand out that light, that golden light in the center of your heart, expand it out to surround you. Because at the moment, what's happening is everything's attracted to it, and it's trying to get through like your auric fields, any energetic boundaries you have, through you physically, through your mind, like into your body to get to your heart. And as Viviane says, it's like, hey, you know how to help us. Like, we need your help. Like, you don't need to put up with that, right? You can say, I have my own boundaries. I know when I go to sleep, I can protect myself. And you get to decide, just like we do in these sessions, we decide who we let in. Because, if we just allowed everyone to come in and have our hearts ripped to shreds, we'd be done in an hour and that would be months of recovery. Um, and you've been going through like that every night. And so really allowing yourself to fill your space with your heart, knowing that you can create this boundary around you. And it feels inside, it feels very safe and loving, and it'll help you get a great sleep too. And stop those nightmares. Like you can literally bounce around in and out of hell and heaven and wherever you go in the universe for as long as you're in your own protective bubble. And it's powered by your free will. It's a universal law of free will and your choice to set the boundary of what you allow in and what you don't. That's why it's so, impregnable, right? So just a very clear intention is all you need, as simple as it needs, to be able to protect yourself during the day and night.
yes. That helps. I experienced it's horrible. I experienced this nightmare every night for a while too. So it was horrible.
My son did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, we're easy pickings, right? Without clear intention. And I think it's easy for me to just say, "Oh, just set clear intention," but that's one of the hardest human things to do, is to have one intention. For example, for me to come along to this live stream, and my intention, as I said to Nancy, like as well as helping, heal people and teach them how to heal themselves, was to help promote Nancy. And it's like, if I turned up and said, oh yeah, but I want to become famous and I want to be the guy that like, does like all this for everyone around the world. And like, if all those intentions were mixed in together, it not only would you guys feel it, but it would be like weird, and it'd be very difficult for the same pure outcomes to happen. And it'd be much more attractive for those beings that like, oh, like John seems a bit greedy, great. But like, I'm going to go in there and turn up and give him what he thinks he needs. So those mixed intentions are definitely a practice. I did catch myself last night watching part of a horror movie, and I was like, stop, John, stop. What are you doing? You know better than this. And it's everyone gets to choose, but it's, you get to choose with your intention. What intention do you set?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
All right, this is my turn now.
The difference between the heart's desires and the mind's desires.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Candace, may I please receive a message and or healing by my ancestors, spirit guides, archangels, divine? Would you let us know if you're here, Candace, please? You probably are. But...
Yeah, we saw Candace chatting, but I've asked as well in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was younger, I think 13, I was sleeping and I had my bedroom door locked, and I had a bunch of like magazine-sized posters all over the walls. And I don't know why I woke up to such a little poster falling over, just the light sound of it. And my sister was standing at the foot of my bed, sideways in this yellow pajama that she looked younger when I was seeing her in this space right now at that moment. And I'm like, "What are you doing here? Go back to your bed." And she just bends down gently, picks up the poster, and comes back up. And then I realized, wait a second, my door is locked. There's no way she could have gotten in here. So I just started screaming for my parents and my dad, like, just unlock the door. So I had to cover my eyes with my hand, unlock the door. And then my dad explained to me, when we sleep, we travel, and sometimes we just travel around the house. So I ended up sleeping with her that night, and I says, "You better stay in your body."
Wow. Oh, well, it's great advice from your parents. Mine just told me there was no such thing as shadow figures, and then I shut down my third eye and got on with a life for decades. But that was my journey.
Well, actually, that sister, I'm sorry, just quickly, even that sister, she said she was hearing light language when she was a child, and she turned it off because my dad said, if it's freaking you out, you just shut it off. And a shaman, a friend of the family who's a shaman, told her, "Did it sound like this?" And she says, "Yeah, well, that's the light language." So she confirmed it for her. So she's trying to open it back up.
Oh,
Wonderful. And Candace is here. Thank you for letting us know. Okay.
message or healing. It's just asking Candace, your guides and higher self, to step forwards to Nancy, Viviane, and I. And let us know, Nancy, how you'd like to proceed with this message or healing.
Well, I'm going to call on Archangel Michael because I like working with him, and ask him to send some healing.
And the first thing I saw, if I share the message, was there's angels with you. It's funny because I saw Archangel Michael with you, Candace, and then there's two others, but it's funny because they're describing themselves as a circle of angels around you. Oh, okay, so they do. I feel like some of this is your intention as well, Candace. Like you're inviting in different angels, but why? I've got so many questions. I'm seeing different angels coming in. There's some themes of your requests about boundaries, protection, and clearing. Like I saw Uriel, Metatron, you sometimes invite in, and others. This circle of angels is a message for you. This isn't just what you've invited in. And Candace, I'm not sure which one you're responding to, but you said, I pray to him a lot. You are divinely protected. So this means that you have successfully you've set intention and invited in angelic protection for you. There seems to be more as well, like in this mission, in this life. You can't see my hand, but I keep drawing this circle over and over on my desk. The reason for this circle is that you chose in this lifetime to come in to do this work, a bit like I did when I chose my work, was to request divine protection. And it really means like a collaboration partnership with different archangels. So an agreement with those angels. And yes, praying a lot to Archangel Michael is fantastic. And I'm just asking, like, why is this required at this time? It seems that in your heart, and more, I saw the solar plexus too, but you could describe in your heart, you're building these and cultivating these really beautiful gifts, and they're very powerful. And as you continue to like build up, it's like building up this inner strength, building up this this beautiful work of love inside of you, the self-love, that you're able to begin to start to yield. I feel like it's been quite a journey of cultivation first. How did you get on, Viviane?
Oh, I feels like especially my upper body feels very cold right now. And I saw an angel behind her and wrapping her with, wings, embracing her. And I also saw a feather, an angel feather on top of her head, as you're saying that, she's very protected. And I saw a bright light shining from her heart, the left side of, from the heart. And I saw that she said that she prays a lot to Archangel Michael.
Yeah. I saw around the outside, I mean, it's maybe not surprising given that there is a circle of angels and that Candace praised these angels a lot, is that around the outside of this circle, yes, there are like negative entities, some of them very dark and demonic, like almost like a, it's almost like a dog is like walking around the outside of the circle, hoping that at some point that circle would break, but it is impregnable. And I can feel that inside of you, Candace, is like this, like, oh, but what if like they get in? Not only is that not going to happen, there's this message I saw, like, imagine your heart being filled with this beautiful golden divine light of source, and you're allowing both your self-love and your heart to stream in source from the highest dimension of source above. And as this is filling up, it feels a bit like, like an hourglass, like an egg timer, but bigger. It's like you're filling this up, and what it's doing is at the right time that you're going to feel it, there's an activation coming that you're going to get ready to start using these gifts that you have from your heart. And it seems they're really powerful, and I feel like you have a sense already of what some of these gifts are, but you're a bit like I was describing earlier, like my awakening, like I had no idea any of this stuff was going to happen, but it was a door I stepped through when I stepped into that meditation in 2017 and started meditating. And for you, it's like that's like this activation, this awakening. I know that you're already many awakenings forwards, but there's this next big awakening for you, this big activation, and you'll get the right time, the right energy level, the right feeling of security and safety will promote this within you and allow this activation to happen. How did you get on, Nancy?
Yeah, well, at the beginning, of course, I called in. I felt called to call in Archangel Michael, and I usually do use him in my energy healings, and to saturate her. Whoa, I'm feeling a little bit dizzy. To saturate her with the blue ray, and as you were talking, I just can see like the blue ray saturating her and all around her, and above me right here, I'm feeling really like expanded and a little woozy, and I really definitely feel like there is no barrier with her light. It is protected, that nothing, no darkness can penetrate that at all. So like I just want to say, I'm feeling called to say, rest assured, and just finally just let go and like move through life like you're okay, you're protected.
Yeah.
You are protected. Don't worry. Believe it. Just believe it.
Beautiful.
Like this is really expanding over here for me. I don't know if I'm tapping into your energy, but I'm like, I can't even open my eyes right now. I'm not sure why, but
if it helps you, Candace, I just got the message following what Nancy was saying. Your gift, like this is kind of the early preview, like the spoiler alert to your gift that's activating. The reason why you're divinely protected and the reason why there's interest in you from negative entities is that you have this, like that blue light that Nancy's talking about is like this transporter energy within you. And yes, like I know there's energy coming in from the archangels as well. But what I saw with your heart is you have this almost like this vertical capability to help raise beings, including yourself, up in dimensions. So like third to fifth. And it's like something out like a Star Trek or do they have them in Star Wars? I don't know, but like a transporter where you literally something dematerializes from the third and rematerializes into fifth dimension.
Could it be like a
This-
Merkaba?
Sorry?
Like a Merkaba?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and this is like the very center of it, and that's why there's a lot of interest in it, because wouldn't that be amazing? There's a lot of negative entities like, hey, we want to go up to third, or we want to go up to fourth and fifth. Now the reality is they don't actually survive or live very long at all, like seconds in vibrations and dimensions that can't support such low density. But this is a gift that you could choose to practice to help others with their ascension. Those that choose to ascend, once you fully activate and you feel safe, you'll be able to help them on their ascension journeys. And it's a really incredible gift. I've never seen anything quite so specific. Like literally, like once someone has gives consent and they're asking for your help, it's like you're holding space for them. As Nancy's saying, like it's like you're expanding your Merkaba around them, and then it's like zoom. It's like, and you're now in the fifth dimension, which is really phenomenal. So thank you for coming to Earth. We definitely need you, and it's not all at once. You don't need to like help everyone all at once, but it's making sure that no soul is left behind.
Stand tall. You're protected. Stand tall. Walk through it standing tall. Like my shoulders are straight back now. Like
Yes. You came here for a reason. Remember yourself, dear soul. Fabulous. Well, that's us. Yeah, beam me up, Candice. That's us at time. And before we close the session, thank you so much, Nancy, for coming along. How do people best connect with you?
Well, I don't have a website yet, but my YouTube channel. Well, comments are disabled on that actually, but you can email me at shiftyourlife1111@gmail.com. I'm also a spiritual life coach as well.
And very good. I still remember.
Sorry?
I still remember a session you did for me. That was phenomenal. Thank you.
Oh,
I blame you for this.
Coaching?
Yeah. Look what happened.
Oh, nice. So spiritual life coach, theta healer practitioner, and Reiki practitioner, energy healer. And I'm working on the psychic gifts part. This was a really great jumping into it.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm really happy to be here.
Well, yeah, please do reach out to Nancy and also Viviane. Thank you so much for everyone's requests. 57 in this week, and thank you for coming along and making your requests. We're back Thursday, I think.
Yes.
And we'll be here at the same time taking your requests. Looking forward to that. And we're next Monday. We have, I think, Natasha Roche is coming.
Wonderful.
Looking forward to seeing her. Oh, and not tomorrow. That's Tuesday. Yeah. So tomorrow you're live, Viviane, with Natasha.
I am in the chat. I'll be in the chat.
Okay, in the chat.
Helping her.
Okay.
Yeah, as a moderator.
And cool. And Wednesday, I think it's the first time we'll be going live with Natasha with our Mindful Leadership podcast, which is more at the mindfulness end of our work, which is really it's really funny of us trying to relate to the rest of the world, but it's our way of saying, hey, we're humans too. We live lives, and we don't just always talk about demons and angels. But that often does come up in conversation. Yeah, we're live together at 10 a.m. UK time. So I know that's difficult for many people in different time zones, but probably too early. What's that, 5 a.m. Eastern
yeah, it's
time?
going to be around 5 over here. So, yeah.
and Pacific time, it's like silly o'clock. But yeah, please do come along or just catch up on the replay. It's lovely to share more about our lives and about our human side. But yeah, thank you so much, Nancy. It's just been an honor. And I will bring our thank you. I will bring our session to an end. I'd like to thank our guides, our higher selves, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Metatron, Source, and Gaia. Thank you to everyone that has assisted in today's session, to every soul and all those in the live stream and in the replay. And ensuring all of us now myself included, step outside of the session bubble that we created at the start. You can remain in your individual golden bubbles for as long as you wish, as I return the session to source or never return here again. And please, everyone, drink plenty of water, get plenty of rest, subscribe to Nancy and Viviane, book them in. Oops, as I hit my microphone. And look after yourselves. And we look forward to seeing you guys again.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you
you
so much.
all. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.